Yeah, okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Kuma community call. Please add your name to the attendee list, but I think everyone already, no, not everyone. Yeah, so please add your name to the attendee list. And also feel free to submit any agenda topic you'd like to discuss today. So I'd like to start with the releases. Last week, we released 2 patch releases, Kuma 2.0.1 and 2.8.2. And I think these releases are great, and they have fixed for very tricky problem that we had, I guess, for a while. And it was very hard to debug, but yeah, kudos to Jacob who discovered the problem and fixed it. So yeah, and also we fixed the problem with resource ordering. It's also a pretty important fix. You may observe this if you have a lot of external services. Sometimes you may have connections reopening. So yeah, this fix definitely helps. So yeah, these two patch releases are great, and we highly recommend to update your Kuma environment to the latest. Okay, what else? This is the last community call of the year. That's why we were thinking that it makes sense to do some recap of the year. And yeah, we have a few slides. So yeah, Kuma 2022. What we did one major release, which is Kuma 2.0. We created 4 minor releases, which is 1.5, 0.6, 0.7, and 0.8. And also we created 10 patch releases. And it seems like a good result for the year. In terms of features, these are the most significant ones. So we released on egress, we released built-in gateway and gateway API support, and we also marked this. I mean, we shifted this from experimental state to stable state. We massively improved performance. We added inspect API, which is a new way you can now observe your policies and your mesh. Also mesh membership, a new transparent proxy and CNI, cross mesh gateway, also a very nice feature. Now you can easily set up your communication between 2 meshes. We added ARM support. We added app metrics collection, eBPF. We released first policies with the new format. And yeah, and our GUI definitely improved, I think, drastically since the last year. Now it's way better. And yeah, kudos to Philip and JC. So yeah, what else we have? We have stable triage process throughout the year. I hope you noticed that that now almost all issues are being processed through within a week. And we also have we adopted MADR format for all new features. So now if you want some features to be implemented, you should create MADR. We have a rule that you need 3 approval on this, and it will be merged. And yeah, if you didn't know, CNCF has dashboards for all projects, and this is a nice chart that shows how many issues and PRs were open and closed in 2022. And as you can see, it's a lot. I think it's about 800 issues and more than 2,000 PRs. And I think it shows great pace that Kuma is moving. So yeah, do we have any questions for this small presentation? If there are no questions, then we can move forward. Yeah, I see that folks from NSM joined us today. So, oh yeah, Charlie, you raised hand intentionally, or yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so One thing that is worth mentioning is that we'd like in the coming year to move from Sandbox to Incubating. One thing we need mostly to get from Sandbox to Incubating is to prove that we have usage. I can't remember the exact wording from the CNCF, but that we have serious users of Kuma. Being an open source project, it's always tricky to figure out who are the users of your project. So like, please make yourself known to me or like to someone else in the commenters, so that we can start building up this and being able to submit this proposal to the CNCF to move from Sandbox to Incubating. Cool, thanks.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think NSM folks are here, and I can give a word to Daniil or Vyacheslav, who wants to take the word.
Yeah, hello, it will be me.
Hey.
So we showed you a demo, and also we created and merged the pull request into one of your repositories, and we wanted to get some additional info about your opinions and just your feedback in general. So I have a few questions. If you can please answer, it will help us to improve this integration in future and in general understand how well we prepared the demo and prepared the docs in for your repository. So how clear was the integration in general? Yeah. So first of all, I can probably send a link into the chat just in case if folks have not yet seen it, because it's if it's in one of your not main repositories, and probably people not check it out as often as the main ones. So the first question is, how do you feel? Is it ready to be used already or not? Because it was an integration to use NSM for as a network. Our Will3 features to improve and integrate your VM setups with our features of NSM.
Oh yeah. Do you want this to have as a like question answer format? Yeah.
It would be great.
Have,
yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking you like have a list of questions so we could answer.
I can read all of them, but I think it will be better if we go one by one.
Yeah. What do you mean by how do you feel it's ready to use? Like, I'm not really sure I fully understand the question. Is it about integrating that into Kuma directly, or if it's just
is
like,
it just a ready solution for use, or you think it needs something to improve before people would use it? Like even just for maybe their personal stuff, not for production ready solutions yet.
Okay, maybe I can start.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so just to share my opinion on this one, the main problem that I see right now with the approach that we have here is that we manually need to create and apply data plane proxy, and overall the deployment is run with a universal mode on Kubernetes, right? Which is not something that our users are used to do, right? So usually you are used to have sidecar injection, and so on. So it's much easier to run this. So for me, that is the main problem if someone would like to use the current solution that we have in this repo.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I get it. I thought about it way before, but we found some problems that we haven't figured out yet to fix it. But I'm happy to hear that you have an opinion so strong, and you may help us in future with it, probably. I don't know, but it's really great to hear it.
Yeah, just to give you like honest perspective of our users and so on, right? So I haven't seen in a while a universal deployment on Kubernetes. I only seen this in a case when you run in multi-zone deployment a global CP in a universal mode, right? But global CP does not handle DP connections and networking between data plane proxies, right? So that's like a different thing. So yeah, so that's it.
Yeah, also our NSM setup will help with you don't have to expose control plane. You can use NSM IPs to get to the control plane without exposing it publicly. Like we handle all the security stuff from in NSM, and you can use also security stuff from Kuma.
Okay, and maybe one more question from me to you is, what would you say is the main use case when someone would like to use NSM with Kuma? Is it for multi-zone deployment or what exactly?
Not also, we provide support to different bare metals. Give me a second. I'll just open our info somewhere. I don't remember by head. Yeah, so we support OVS, SRIV, VPP, and kernel, of course. So you may have even wider support of VMs and bare metals than just the basic VMs and like Ubuntu and such stuff.
I see. So basically, again, the main use case is when you want to connect multiple Kubernetes clusters or VMs with Kubernetes clusters and have a routable IPs between pods and VMs. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so basically our multi-zone deployment, right, model. So yeah, so this is one more thing that I'm a little bit concerned here is if the main use case is to have to use this with a multi-zone deployment, we assume in many places that we have a separate networking in every Kubernetes cluster or in every like VM or something, right? What I see that NSM solves here is to have a flat networking between multiple Kubernetes clusters and so on. So I guess if we would like to utilize this, we would need to do some additional work on the Kuma side to support networking topology of flat network between multiple Kubernetes clusters. Otherwise, it would be kind of hard to utilize this flat network with our concept of zone ingress and zone ingress and so on.
But that would be nice to have. I mean, we could drop the ingress and egress components.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So it's nice hops between the client and server.
Yeah, true. Yeah, we could do this. We could implement this. My point is that this is like, if this is one of the main features to actually use NSM with Kuma, right? We would need to actually like do additional work on our side. It's kind of not plug and play with our current model. So of course we could implement it, sure, but it's additional work to consider.
Yeah, Vyacheslav, could you please repeat what you said initially? I just lost a little bit.
So about the main use case,
yeah.
So we also support different kinds of bare metals like OVS, SRIV, VPP, and
Of bare metal, yeah, of bare metal and SR. How's it spelled?
SR dash IOV.
IOV.
Yeah. And also VPP, which is, I think, important because VPP, as I remember, have really good connection and bandwidth.
So support different types of bare metals. So to create a flat network between different clusters, right?
Yeah.
To create a flat network between Kubernetes clusters. And I think what Jacob replied is that Kuma needs support for flat network. Essentially, Kuma needs support for the flat network. So it's not out of the box, yes. Yeah, because now it doesn't make sense to have Kuma with its own ingress and egress on the flat network. Just will be extra things. Yeah. So what other questions, I guess?
Yeah, I have another question related to this solution, but I think we already discussed it about what else have to be done to say that it's already a production ready solution. But I think we discussed it, so we'll skip this one. So another one is could it be used to solve problems in Kuma current scenarios? Maybe if you know that maybe you need something to improve in Kuma and you think that NSM could help with that.
Yeah, I think this is pretty much about flat network, right? So
yeah, okay, then we'll skip this one too. And also, do you have any questions about the demo that we showed you? And maybe we should clarify it for the next call, maybe, and or just edit our README in your repository, so it would be clear to the users who will check it out.
yeah, I think the main problem for us is that most people on this call don't have expertise with these SRIOV and VPP things, and that's why it's not really clear what problems are we solving. So maybe it would be better to, when you present the demo, to say what exact problem we trying to solve. Yeah, or maybe we should just read more things about network mechanisms to understand better.
Yeah, okay, I get it. I think I'll discuss it with the team. Probably we will figure something out just to explain it in some basic and general terms. So people who are interested in deeper understanding, they will check additional for themselves, but provide some basic info with me. I think it will be helpful in the future. that was all of the questions from my side. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Do we have any questions from Kuma side? Okay. Anything else you wanted to chat? Yeah, if we don't have anything else, then I think we can wrap this up. So yeah, okay. Have a nice day, everyone. See you in the next year.
See you. Have a nice
Bye.
day.
Bye, everyone.
Uh,
Yeah.